Good afternoon, everybody. It's April 22nd, 2025. And I just want to say hello to everybody and thank you. I don't know who it was because I did not receive a name on who sent us some kitten food and some wipes for the kitties. Thank you so much. We received it today from Chewy.com, and Freya's Cat Rescue is a Chewy.com partner. So anybody who wants to donate any food for either the chickens, because they actually sell chicken feed, or the cats, the kittens, you can go to Chewy. They'll send it directly to us. You can also purchase gift cards there, and those gift cards would apply to our future orders. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is our logo, and just a little history on this logo. Back in New Jersey, I always did journaling and doodling before I fell asleep at night. I had a journal next to my bed to put down ideas and stuff. And of course, you know, the criminals like to steal this stuff. But so I drew this and stuffed it in my journal. This is before I had the nonprofit cat rescue. So then years later, I form my 501c3 nonprofit, and I realize I need to create a logo. I need to have like a logo for the business. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to have to draw one or whatever. And I picked up my journal, and my original drawing fell out on the floor. It was like a sign. And it's like, wow, I completely forgot that I drew that. And this is our logo. This little kitty here. And yes, we've got button pins with our logo. We've got sterling silver pendants with that logo. And that is our logo. That is on all of my YouTube videos in the lower right hand corner. Usually you'll see that. So that is our Freya's Cat Rescue logo. Thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate it. Since I'm a kitten mom again, not anything that I wanted, but they're adorable. They're really cute. Thank you from Freya's Cat Rescue. And how many kittens do I have now? Well, 2 mommies had kittens, and the criminals killed one. Yeah, it was like a month and a half years old. They killed it. One of the black and white ones. They're disgusting. So yeah. So right now, we have 7 kittens. And ironically, 2 of them look like Zoomy. Like, they look like Zoomy. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. Zoomy, from what I could tell from looking behind him, he doesn't have anything back there. I felt like when they dropped him off that he was neutered already, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I keep looking back there. I don't see, there's nothing dangling down there. But yet, a fluffer nutter, that beautiful fluffy calico looking cat, had 2 kittens that look just like Zoomy. But anyway, thank you again for the kitten food. Much, much appreciated. Yesterday there was a comment left on one of the videos, and this is one of the comments. It's absolutely terrible what they put you and other TIs through on a daily basis. I'm so disgusted with all of it to the point where words escape me at times. I wonder if those doing that stuff could handle the daily attacks you all go through. I seriously doubt they could, without at the very least going insane. I also wonder why they do this. Besides money, it gives them a feeling of being powerful, no doubt. But they do realize that they're being slowly ended by everything the rest of us are. I doubt they have protection from nanotech in our foods, medicines, water, and the air we all breathe. Would any of them stop what they are doing when they realize that they're just as vulnerable as the rest of us? God will deal with them all when their time comes, but until then, God, please forgive me for this. But they need to be stopped by whatever means necessary. We all know what that means. Keep doing what you're doing, Lorraine. You're making a difference by exposing the evil ones. I love you, my sister, my friend. God bless you. Well, thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it. And guess what? I mean, I actually created a video like this and I did not post it because I thought it was just being mean-spirited. I don't want to be mean-spirited, but I actually called out the bitch down the block, okay? And I actually challenged her for a month. She has no family, nobody living with her, no friends, no support, no help. She cannot call anybody. Nobody will come to her rescue. Nobody will speak with her. And then she will get pulse microwave radiation every day. Her property will be vandalized. Her holes will be torn in all of her clothing. Any animals that she have will be poisoned. For 1 month. And Jezebel diagonally across the street, I'd give her a week without her husband. She would fold in a heartbeat. She'd be crying her little eyes out. No support of her family, her friends, nobody to talk to. Oh my goodness gracious. She'd have a little conniption. She'd be running around in circles in a week. And the biatch next door, she'd just pop pills and get over it. So yeah, I would challenge any one of these people around here for 1 month, just a month, to get what I get every day with no family, nobody living with them, nobody helping them, nobody they can call. No police, no sheriff is gonna help them. Her fake son-in-law, nobody. 1 month I give them. Actually, the one diagonally across the street, like I said, I'd give her a week. I'd give her just a week. But the other two, a month. I'd like to see what happens. Perpetrators, you hear me? Let's do a little experiment, see what happens after a month. But anyway, that's so mean, right? It's so mean. But I don't care. I'm not going to forgive them. I'm sorry. You know, I grew up with my mother. My mother says, Lorraine, just don't get mad. Just get even. That's how I would get even that way. I want you to get the full force of what I get every day for a month. With no support, no one to talk to. I'll even pay you. If you win, I'll pay you. But you won't win, I promise. I promise. But anyway, we've got some more stuff here. Thank you. I don't know if I should mention your name. Confessions of a Female Gang-stalker. This is going to get good, guys. Okay, now, this is from Quora, and there are a lot of people on Quora that are former gang stalkers. There are a lot of creepos on Quora, a lot of discrediting people, but then there are people that are speaking the truth, like Jessica White. That's probably not her real name. Does gang stalking exist? And some of this I will have repeated yesterday because she provided some information on the Lions Club. So I'm just going to repeat it again because these are 4 of her responses to questions. Oh, you notice it's getting all blurry? Look at that. Getting all blurry. Does gang stalking exist? I just left the Lions Club due to it. Masonic organizations gang stalk people and use our members, which are tied to InfraGard, racist groups, policing groups, do this activity. And I used to do it until I discovered people, over 19 people, had committed suicide due to the stalking. Oh, and guess what? I'm getting a prank phone call from a 732 area code in New Jersey. The intense stalking with police and friends causes a person to lose it. They used to have me walk with a group of 40 people, and we would get in white cars, sometimes new vehicles, with one headlight, and we would cough the exact moment we passed by the target to sensitize them, and walking far from each other so the harassment isn't obvious. We would throw trash on their yards, dog feces, and get city employees involved and local neighbors and tell them to watch out for certain people. You know, like the Scarlet We need to watch out for her. Let's inflict this on her for 1 month and see what happens. Fire Corps used to have a blast with us along with the ADL. Recently I left due to feeling bad about what I was doing to others. I have to tell you, for 1 month, I would feel no pain doing it to my perpetrators. Zero. Zero. Next question. What is gang stalking and how do you stop it? Gang stalking is a global program that exists in all nations pretty much. There are a few countries that a person can do fine if they're targeted, but not many. And I wish that she would have listed what those countries were. The main objective of gang stalking is to orchestrate a mass shooting or suicide. And come on, guys, how many of those do we see, right? Orchestrate a mass shooting or suicide. Unfortunately, there is no way the government can debunk the existence of gang stalking due to so many whistleblowers and insiders exposing it. In the near future, I am sure there will be mass lawsuits and exposure that will link agencies to this activity that's causing the mass shootings in our communities and effectively linked to police and federal agencies and corporations working with fusion centers. Next question. This is a good one, guys. Does the FBI investigate gang stalking? Of course not. They have governors and groups that support this, that work with Infraguard and other fraternal orders. You know, those Freemason loser club. Other fraternal orders to help with community policing. But it's really not policing. It's called organized harassment or group stalking for a reason. Unfortunately, when I discovered what I was doing, I left that life. Only highly trusted normally see the inside of the mechanism of this program. Gang stalking is associated with mass murder and violence since it's about provoking a person. And that's why I call the FBI my favorite bureau of instigation. This activity is unfortunately promoted by federal agencies from my years of practice and volunteer work. This is what I have discovered to be true. Fusion centers are the big promoters of this activity, and there are 80 of them. We need to shut down these fusion centers. The next question is, joining the Lions Club worth it? And remember, she already mentioned some of the Lions Club, but this is some of the positive stuff, okay? She says, overall, it's a good organization, but it has flaws since they do use members to do an activity called organized stalking. Some call it gang stalking, and police call it community policing. But it's really unfair, in my opinion, since the activity is based on harming a person mentally. And I think if I was to undergo something like that, what I have seen, I wouldn't want to live a long time. Unfortunately, law enforcement knows about this activity. It's been going on for decades, and it's tied to fusion centers and the FBI's local group programs where people pay a membership fee and get perks for this. Okay, and you know what those FBI programs are? Infraguard. And then, what was it, a couple of weeks ago? We discovered, or you guys discovered, another agency that these criminals, let me see if I could find it. There are just so many groups. In fact, Senator Rand Paul stated that there are so many groups that he has trouble even writing a list about it. Let's see if I can find it again. Okay, I'm not finding it right now. But there were so many. There's the flock surveillance system. Um, 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 I'm not finding it. But they have many, many, many non-profits that they have created to train people for these activities. It's really out of control. It's like a conglomerate. I see the FBI as a conglomerate. That's how I see them. And, you know, back in the 90s, didn't we break up conglomerates? Like, didn't we break up, you know, AT&T for that reason? Well, perhaps that's why that they've created so many InfraGard chapters across the United States. And, of course, all the fraternal orders, you know, the Freemason lodges. We've got 3 right here in my small town of less than 800 people. So anyway, please leave a comment down below. And again, thank you, subscriber or whomever you are, because I don't know who you are. If you want to let me know, that's fine. If not, thank you so much. I really appreciate the kitten food, and I'm going to sign off for now.